Alright, so in this video I'm going to be talking about the basics of astrology. I'm going to go over the overall zodiac cycle, the signs, the houses, and the planets. Starting off with the zodiac cycle. So the zodiac cycle and the signs are based on 4 elements and 3 modalities. The 4 elements are fire, earth, air, and water. And then the 3 modalities are cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Fire represents passionate energy. Earth represents practical or pragmatic energy. Air represents intellectual energy. And water represents emotional and intuitive energy. And then the modalities, cardinal represents starting or beginning energy. Fixed represents sustaining energy because it's fixed. And then mutable energy represents changeable or adaptable energy. So those are the 3 modalities and the 4 elements. So the 3 modalities are going to combine with the 4 elements, and that creates 12 total combinations. It starts with fire, then goes to earth, then air, then water, and then it starts with cardinal, then it goes to fixed, then it goes to mutable. It all kicks off at the spring equinox. It's based off of the spring equinox. So cardinal, remember I said it's starting energy, so you're going to find the cardinal signs at the beginnings of a season, when the season's kicking off. And you're going to find the fixed signs in the dead of the season, when the season's there. We're in it. That's the season. That's where you'll find your fixed signs. The mutable signs you'll find when the seasons are changing, because it's mutable, it's changing. So when one season's changing from one to the next, that's where you'll find your mutable signs. So it's all going to start off with cardinal fire, which is Aries, and then fixed earth, which is Taurus, and then mutable air, which is Gemini, cardinal water, which is Cancer, fixed fire, which is Leo, mutable earth, which is Virgo, cardinal air, which is Libra, fixed water, which is Scorpio, mutable fire, which is Sagittarius, cardinal earth, which is Capricorn, and then fixed air, which is Aquarius, and then it all ends at the end of the cycle with mutable water, which is Pisces. So see how we went through fire, earth, air, water, while simultaneously going through cardinal, fixed, mutable. So the overall zodiac cycle is going to go Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. There's 3 main components of energy. You have your planets, and then your signs, and your houses. So planets rule the signs, and then signs rule the houses. I'll get more into that later. So planets are the urges we all have as people. The signs represent characteristic filters that these urges are being shown through, and the houses represent areas of life where these energies are focused. So right now I'm going to talk about each planet. The sun, it's the center of the solar system. The sun represents the ego. As it's the center of the solar system, it's the center of you. So it's like what everything else is kind of revolving around. And then you have the moon. The moon represents emotions, feelings, moods. And then Mercury represents thinking, logic, communication, analytical nature. Venus is how and what you love. Mars is drive, aggression, and sex. So it's a very willful planet. Its energy is very willful. And then you have Jupiter, which is luck and expansion. Saturn is all about self-discipline and responsibility and limits and fear. Uranus is going to represent innovation, progression, rebellion, change. Neptune is dreamy energy, imaginative, spiritual energy. It represents the unconscious. And then Pluto is a very intense planet. Its intensity, its power, its obsession, and transformation. So remember how I said planets rule the signs? So that basically means that planet's energy is exerted onto these signs, and so therefore the characteristics that these signs have are going to be based on the energy of those urges. So for example, Leo is ruled by the sun. So Leo is going to be ruled by ego. The moon rules Cancer. So Cancer is going to be ruled by emotions. See how it works? Next you have Mercury. Mercury is going to equally rule Gemini and Virgo. So that means Gemini and Virgo are sort of driven by thinking, communication, logic, and analytical nature. And then Venus is the same kind of deal. It equally rules Taurus and Libra. So Taurus and Libra is sort of driven by love and beauty, because that's kind of what Venus represents. So this is where it sort of gets a little bit confusing. There was a time when they had not yet discovered Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So at the time, they had Mars ruling over both Aries and Scorpio, and they had Jupiter ruling over Sagittarius and Pisces, and then they had Saturn ruling over Capricorn and Aquarius. But then when they discovered Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, those spread back out. So Mars chiefly, majorly just rules Aries. So Aries is ruled by Mars. Aries is a very willful, driven, aggressive sign. But it kind of rules Scorpio. Not completely, but Scorpio has that Martian influence still happening, going on to it. And then next you have Jupiter. So Jupiter mainly just rules Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So it's ruled by luck and expansion. But Pisces still kind of has some of that energy exerted onto it, but not as much as Sagittarius. And then Saturn now just rules Capricorn, and Uranus now just rules Aquarius. So Capricorn is ruled by responsible, self-disciplined, fearful, limiting energy, and then Aquarius is ruled by innovating, changing, rebellious, progressive energy. And then Neptune, so Pisces, is ruled by dreams and imagination and the unconscious, spirituality, because it's ruled by Neptune. And then Scorpio, being ruled by Pluto, it's ruled by power and intensity and obsession and all of that jazz. So that's sort of the basics of how the planets rule the signs. And then you have the signs ruling houses. So there's 12 houses that correspond to each of the signs in the zodiac cycle. So it starts at 1 and then goes all the way through 12. So it's easier to think about it if you assign a number to each of the signs in the cycle. So Aries is 1, and then Taurus is 2, Gemini 3, Cancer 4, Leo 5, Virgo 6, Libra 7, Scorpio 8, Sagittarius 9, Capricorn 10, Aquarius 11, and then Pisces 12. So those are the 12 houses, and they represent areas of life. So the signs are sort of exerting their energy into those areas of life. I'm not going to explain what every single area of life means, but I have this image that I will insert, so you can pause it and refer to that to see what I mean. So for example, my sun is in Gemini. So my sun is in the sign Gemini, meaning my ego is being shown through a Gemini filter. But then my sun is also in the 4th house, meaning I focus my Gemini egoistic energy in that area of my life. That was just a basic overview of everything in astrology. I know it's a lot, but I promise if you just take some time and rewatch this video and do some more research, you will get it. It's not as difficult as it seems to be. Once you really get the grasp, then it's there. I hope this video was helpful. Put in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see, and I will see about trying to make that. I think my next video is going to be how to read your birth chart, and in that I'll talk about the risings and all that and give you an overview of how to actually read the physical birth chart. And if you have any questions about anything that I didn't mention or something you're confused about and you need clarification, just put it in the comments and I'll try to answer your questions, or you can message me, anything like that. I'll do my best. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.